not saying
okay.
no. I'm just
I'm like, hey,
whatever you.
what you
If
trying
this
to
how
do?
you do it.
Yeah, okay. Follow instructions.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, so it's showing we live, and we got to do the check 1 2, make sure everything look good, sound good as always. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you happen to jump on, and I've been trying to do a live on my personal page before we go live, but I keep forgetting, or I end up running against the clock. You know what I mean? So there's my co-host Kimberly Barnett has joined, and she said sound good.
All right.
Thank you, Kim. How about do we look good, Kim? Huh? Gotta tell us all.
A minute to text.
All of them. No, right now, not this way. I see we got a few people on. Let us know again if everything look good, sound good, if the music is okay. Not too loud, not too low. All right. Yes. One more time. Dara. I got it.
Okay.
Got it. All right. So you ready to get it going, Dara?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. I see we got is it Daniel Harper?
Yes. My husband, Daniel Harper.
I see him on there. He done jumped on.
Yeah. He on the game.
My guy, we
looking.
appreciate you. All right, let's get it.
Okay.
What's up, people? Welcome to Quit for What? I'm your host, Ramon Jamal. And today, or tonight, on tonight, we have a special guest in the building. All right, we got Dara Harper with us tonight. All right, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You good? You good?
I'm very good.
That's
very
what's
relaxed.
up. There you go. I know that's right.
Chilling on the couch.
I know that's
Just-
right. We just hanging out.
Just hanging.
We just hanging out. And I see we got some people over on Instagram as well. Thank you for joining there. All right. That's Charlie in the building. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Well, let me give you, let's see. I want to give you a proper introduction.
Thank you.
Okay. So we got Dara Harper with us, the owner of Art Only Boutique, correct? And co-founder and president of the Akron Black Artist Guild. Dara's dedication to using art for advocacy and social impact, alongside her talent for both creating art and inspiring positive change through activism, is truly remarkable. Welcome, Dara,
Glad
to
to
Quit
be
for
here.
What. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes.
It's been a minute.
It's been
You know what
a
I
minute.
mean?
But we
here.
We friends.
We
Just-
here,
I know
right?
you in the space.
So listen, y'all, we about to have a good conversation, and tap in. Let us know if you have any questions. You know what I mean? And let us know if you picking up what we laying down. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm here.
That's
for
what we
questions.
talk. Right. So, Dara, I always start off by, first of all, are you born and raised Akron, or?
Born and bred.
There we go.
Born and bred.
That's it. AK all day.
AK all day. 7714.
That's it. Yeah. We might have some out there that don't know.
Yeah.
7714. You know what I'm talking about? But
Okay.
yeah. So you see, the hubby said you look beautiful. You know what I mean?
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
For sure. So yeah, I'll start off by just asking, what was it like, your childhood, like growing up in Akron, in your household? Like, who surrounded you in your household?
We definitely, I'll say we had a small family.
Okay.
I have a younger brother, and then my mother and father.
Okay.
2-parent household, both parents, working parents.
Mhm.
But they also were artists.
Okay.
So come home, mom always crafting, even with my dad, he will be painting. And that was on their private time when
Okay.
they came home from the 9 to 5 or on the weekends.
Yeah.
So even that and going to museums and stuff, that was not a thing. You did that. That was just part of what we did.
Wow.
Going to different performances, going up to Cleveland to the Cleveland Museum of Art, going here in Akron, or signing me up for different stuff like that. So
You gonna do it.
You gonna do it. That was my lane. If it being that, typically sports, it was always art programming. Growing up as a child.
Okay.
So that was what it was. Very supportive family.
Right.
Like anything I wanted to do or attempt. Okay, well, how we get there?
There you
Like
go.
find the resources, find people that can mentor those different things. So it was always a yes. It was never like, oh, I don't know. It was always a yes for me. So anything I attempted, they was there.
That's what's up. So they did the 9 to 5, and the 5 to 9 was art.
Yes. Or on the weekends,
On the
or
weekend?
if they felt like they had an idea, get it out there. Then they also professionally, people will hire them. It was a time, if they do it now, but painting jeans and stuff like that. Yes.
I remember them days.
Mickey
Hold on.
Mouse, all that, all that stuff, painting jeans and things like that.
Hold on. So I'm trying. Okay. So back in the day, I did. It was somebody that would paint jeans. I remember I gave somebody a pair of mine. They hooked them up.
They was
I
painting
wonder.
jeans, my mom and dad. And I would see like them jeans coming like, oh, they hustling.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. Or my mom would do wedding floral arrangements and things
Okay.
like that. Or just help people she knew to kind of decorate. And if they had artwork, my dad, sell his artwork and stuff like that, with friends and things. So they was always creating. And it was an attic. We had an attic in our house. Of
Yeah.
course, I don't have one now, but
Yeah.
and that's where all the artwork would be.
Wow.
And he paints in oils.
Okay.
So it was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. And I was just about to ask you. So your dad was paint. Was that his favorite thing to use? Was the oils?
Yes, and he still uses oils to this day.
Okay.
So that's his thing, is oils. He dab in acrylics now.
Okay.
And he'll ask questions about it, but he's more comfortable with oils.
Okay. And how about mom's?
She does acrylics.
Acrylics.
Yes. And
Okay.
then she'll do all other stuff because she sew too.
Okay.
So it was a thing even with sewing.
Right.
Like I had all the latest Barbie doll clothes custom.
There you
Like
go.
my Barbie dolls had mink coats.
What?
Full
Exclusive.
on weddings, married to Michael Jackson. The doll. Married to Michael Jackson.
There we
Full
go.
on floral arrangements for the Barbie.
There we
Barbie
go.
house, bedding made. So
Wow.
my mom did all of that. So yeah, to have working hands like that,
That's awesome.
it was beautiful.
That's awesome.
And still to this day.
To this day. There it is. You had the exclusive Barbie. You can't get this at the
Can't
store.
I was selling it.
You was-
like to
Did you? Hold on.
to friends, like, you want this dress?
Hey, look,
yeah.
did you ask moms before you sold it? Or you like, I know she gonna make me some more, so I can go ahead and.
I asked, but I didn't
But
ask.
you did.
But I was slinging
But
dresses.
you was slanging. I got these Barbie dresses.
Right. And they bought it.
That's it.
So
That's
yeah.
what's up. So we got Jackie in the building. She said, "Hey, Dara."
Hey, how are you?
Yeah. So yeah, we got Kim. Kim said me too. So I guess she had the exclusive Barbie fits and whatnot. That's what's up. So let me ask you. So growing up in that environment, right? And like you said, you gonna do it. So whatever it was that they were doing, you know what I'm saying, like, artistically or going to plays or whatnot on the weekends, whatever, you were there. When did it really hit you like, wow, like I really enjoy this, I really love this? Was it straight out the gate, or was you kind of like upset about having to do all these different things that they said you gonna do
you
it?
gonna
Or
pull me out? I was upset. Like when
Okay.
I went to Firestone, that was that first year where they did the open enrollment. So I
Okay.
did open enrollment because I was coming from the Bookto cluster.
Right.
So Rankin, Perkins,
yeah,
Bookto, but I wanted a more immersive experience in art for
Okay.
the sake of, I just wanted to do that.
right,
So I went over there and just something different, out of the norm.
okay,
But okay, but I still was like, I am not about to do no art career, because I'm like, y'all not really doing it. Y'all do it part-time, or it's like a hobby
Right.
versus, am I gonna really succeed as an artist? Like, is this really a full-time job?
right,
And I was like, no. So when I started college, I chose like communications and broadcasting.
Mm.
I liked it, but once I got in front of those buttons at the radio station, I was like, I'm confused. Like, this is a lot going on. Trying to talk good, trying to have a conversation, and then I
Right.
got all these buttons I'm clicking and pulling down to have this sound.
Like me over here with all
Yeah, I'm
these
like,
buttons.
I don't know.
Right.
But I decided to take art class as an elective.
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked. I was
Wow.
like, oh, okay. I'm going to change my major. So I changed it to art history. I went that route.
Okay.
In studio art.
Let me ask you. So when you started taking the art class in college, what college, if you don't mind?
Went to the University of Akron.
Okay, University of Akron. So what was it though, like that hit you like that? Like how long were you in that before you was like, yo, like what was it? Do you remember like what it was?
Not necessarily the class, but just I felt the freedom. Like it was nothing I had to think too hard about.
Okay.
It was that kind of freedom. Like it was not easy, but it was an ease to it. Of course, you looking around like, ooh, I need to work on my skills. Always, you thinking to be better, but it was so like, oh, you want to be better in that space. And it was such a relaxed space in my mind and my heart to say this, I think this is it. So let me figure out how I'm going to do art.
Wow.
In a way that goes beyond this is just a hobby.
Right.
So that's where it was like, okay, let me figure this out. But all in the middle of that, as I matured and doing all those things, I stopped and had a family.
Okay.
So even in that, it was like, oh, okay, this is a little different. This is a detour, but a good detour.
Right.
It made my heart more bigger
Mm-hmm.
and very much then understanding my parents, what you had to do regardless.
Yeah.
We have our passions, we have our loves, and we dedicate it. But you also have to know, especially when you're taking care of somebody else, some sacrifice.
Right.
So.
And as far as you saying that it hit you in college and you had that ease, and that was what I would think due to your parents, like putting you in those environments and you're learning because you're seeing what's going on and what they're doing and stuff. So once it clicked to you, it was like, oh yeah. I can
couldn't nobody
this.
take me off of it after that.
Right.
Like it was going to be some way, somehow, I'm going to be doing this.
So that became your passion.
Yes.
Okay.
So everything art, some colleagues will be like, girl, everything you do is all about art. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. It's called.
I mean, what else? I mean,
Right.
it goes in everything though.
Yeah.
You need art for everything.
Right.
Even the science and the math.
Right.
You have to be creative.
There you go.
Make it work.
Right. Right. Yeah. So what was your medium? Like what was the favorite thing, that you used around those days? Did you have a favorite when you were in school or no?
I gravitated towards painting and printmaking.
Okay.
I thought those were very intriguing to me, especially the blends.
Okay.
The size that you can get, some of the rollers and stuff, they was huge.
The print stuff you're saying. Okay.
With printmaking, I thought that, for one, that was fascinating to me.
Right.
And just the mixing, the color mixing and things like that. I like that.
What was it? The oil or look? I'm over here. I don't know all the different types.
I
but
did go in oil, and I like oil.
Yeah.
But going home to work in my preferred studio, especially when I was still in coursework, oils is very toxic.
Okay.
And my studio was down in the basement by the furnace.
Oh, you was cooking.
Right. And it's like,
heating it up.
I do want to live.
Right.
And enjoy life.
Right.
So that was really the only decision why I didn't really pursue oils in that way. Because I basically do home studio, and I feel like oils is just too much.
Okay, I got you. So like you said, the family came into play, right? Yeah. So from college, like where did you pick up a job somewhere that was involving art, or was it something totally
This is
different?
interesting. Yes, halfway done, I picked up a job for city rec. So for the city, like the recreation department, and they had a job, art specialist. And lo and behold, my daughter now has a job as an art specialist.
No, look at this. This is.
But as an art specialist, you did art programming. You was after school care, like kind of after school care, but just after school programming with kids that were in the neighborhood, and they would come down to the rec center.
Yeah.
And that was where it kind of opened up to think education. Like, oh, okay. Not just, swirling around, but to actually educate, just see, the kids light up. We doing different projects, even pushing them towards entrepreneurship. We did a festival where they would sell some of the work that they were working on, and it was just a phenomenal experience. And I was there for a while, and then I had to walk away because then I was having triplets.
Okay.
So
wow, yeah.
That's where it kind of got like, oh, I'm really this mom, like mom, like not just okay, but no, it got serious.
So back up to like the, in that environment where you were teaching the kids and everything. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, I'm pretty sure that made you feel good to be able to educate them and show them how you were shown different things that they probably was like, whoa, like I never knew that I could do this.
Yes, and it was also an experience to really build relationship with the kids. And when I say that, it got to a point where some of the parents, well, one particular parent would invite me to just braid their daughter's hair. So even after the hours, a day that I did not work, I was invited to be a part and to help out where needed. So I was braiding hair, but being a mentor in that space.
Right.
Not just, my maiden name is Johnson, not just Miss Johnson, the art teacher, but Miss Johnson, a friend or someone that they can look up to. So that was just beautiful that, just learning and being introduced to their families, and they're coming in after school and telling me about their day. Laughing at things together, and these is kids, so we laughing and cackling about different stuff like insider stuff, and it was just a nice vibe. And we had partnered one time with a group, I think it was called it's been so long ago, but it was during the 9/11.
Okay.
It was a little bit after that, and we partnered with this group, youth empowerment group.
Okay.
And we did a 3-piece mural. All 3 panels was like 8 feet by 5.
Okay.
8 by 5 panels. And we did kind of like a rag, but it was like a lot of collage work, definitions of, being strong and courageous.
Wow.
Coming together as United States and just as a community because of this tragic event.
Right.
And it was under Make a Difference Day. That's what the whole premise was. And being that we work for the city did recognize it, and it was installed in Elizabeth Park before it was tore down.
Wow.
But also recognized at the Akron Art Museum. So to bring these kids to the Akron Art Museum, have a whole reception and party because of something they did. And we also involved the parents. They painted on it. Anybody that came in, even if they was coming in to play basketball, they came
just jumped in.
Man, let me paint something.
I can do a little something.
Yeah, I can do a little something.
Let me get in on this.
Yes, it was layers and layers and layers of just a community.
Wow.
But just even in that, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, if it's not a particular project, just being so deep in the lives of, at the time, the kids and things like that, but making a difference.
That's it. And that's what I was thinking about. Like, you gave them an experience that they may not have had if it wasn't for what you
And
did.
I ran into some of them. They adults.
That's what I was about to ask you.
And,
Like,
and I ran into some of those students as parents when I was teaching at Emmanuel Christian Academy.
okay.
And they would say, I remember, I just still do draw. I draw a little bit, and I'm enrolling my child here, and this and this and that. And I just was like, wow.
Yeah.
That you even remember.
Right.
And, stuff like that. So that's still beautiful
It
to
is.
think about.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the impact that you had on them, you know what I mean? Giving them something that again, they may not have been able to experience. And then you talked about the entrepreneur aspect of it as well.
Yeah, we was slanging prints.
There you go. Hey, yeah, there you go. That's it.
Just like them Barbie clothes. Hey.
Right. And them G's. Watch it.
Right, exactly.
Teaching them the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That is it. So yeah, so that was like a community center, right?
Yes, that was at Elizabeth Park before
Right.
they closed.
Right.
They did all of that.
Okay. So you started
That's
to
aging me.
No,
Anyway.
stop. So you started to go into you teaching. So did, after Elizabeth Park, what did you end up doing after that? Was that straight into the teaching role?
After Elizabeth Park, I sat down for a while and raised my family.
Right,
I really believe that if your home is not in a space that you have peace, I don't think you can do anything else.
Right. And that's with the triplets and everything,
that's
right?
with the triplets.
Okay.
And I have two other,
Okay.
my bookends.
There you go.
To the triplets.
Okay.
So a total of 5. And so I sat and raised my kids with my husband and I. And then even with that, I finished up my degrees.
Okay.
And so once they got into the appropriate age to go to Head Start and things like that, the little ones, because I have an older one, she was already in school. But once the triplets and the one after started school, that's when I just finished up. But then I was hired as the art teacher at Emmanuel. And
Okay.
then from there, I was encouraged by my colleagues to go ahead and get my master's. And so I had my master's in curriculum instruction, so I could teach appropriately and learn the pedagogy of how to be a teacher
Okay.
to my students.
Okay. Say that word one more time for me.
Pedagogy.
Okay. See, if I've had my co-host on here, we always certain words. I'll say we like look that up for me because a pedagogy. Is that say that again?
A pedagogy.
A pedagogy. I'm gonna have to look that up after this show. So you teaching me something here, right? So I want to know your kids, right? You got 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you do the same thing to them that your parents did? You like, we gonna do this, you going,
Yes.
and it's gonna be what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also, even the students that I was teaching, Emmanuel was a school that the head leadership, the principals, were very much open to the arts and culture.
Okay.
So I have full reign to take kids on field trips that I know other schools was not doing. So we were going to Cincinnati and able to take trips into the museum, Pittsburgh, Carnegie.
And you saying you took your kids with you.
And they went to the school, so they was able to get right on.
Okay.
And then also personally,
Right.
the local Akron Art Museum or Cleveland Art Museum. So that was something we did, and it was always a trip with grandma and grandpa.
Okay.
Too. So we enjoyed doing those type of things. So
That's what's up. Okay.
So yeah, they were very much submerged.
Okay.
In all of that.
Have they picked up on the art?
Yes,
thing?
my
Okay.
2 girls, which are considered identical.
Okay.
They go to Kent State, and they're both in visual communications. One is concentrated in graphic design, and the other one is concentrated in illustration and drawing. And then I have a son that graduated a year ago from high school, and he's an artist. He was in our last Outline in Black show with the Guild. He very much want to go the independent route.
Okay.
He felt like he just want to go to work and try to navigate that art space on his, not necessarily on his own, but kind of more so not in the classroom.
Okay.
independent study.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah,
I got
just
you.
be more independent study for him.
Okay.
So he didn't go to the traditional
Right.
college to do that. And then my other son, he's more into mechanical, like doing. He wanted Stark State type deal, and he was more into the sports. So
Okay.
he appreciated, but he like, I'm not.
I appreciate it, but
Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
that's it.
And it was okay.
It's
we
okay.
we all understood.
Right.
And my oldest, she was in the makeup and things like that, do the
Yeah.
makeup thing.
That's an art. That's art
yes,
right there.
definitely. So
Yeah. Yeah.
much so.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So from your teaching at a school,
Yes.
right? What was the transition after that, right? So I want to get into your grassroots leadership
Okay.
skills and position, right? So was like the Black Artist Guild, did that come about like after teaching, or was there anything in between that?
Oh well, I would say in teaching, it made me really look at how I am leading.
Okay.
And it groomed me to definitely take on the role of a servant leader. Not, to be able to empower others and be empathetic to what they're doing and encouraging them. All the while, hands folded like, hey, clapping hands, congratulations on all those things, but making sure opportunities and resources were there.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, when I finished school, I started Art Only Boutique with my partner, Diane Johnson.
Okay, so that was the first
Yes.
thing, Art Only Boutique. Okay,
Art Only
okay.
Boutique, which is our art business that we do our original paintings.
Okay.
However our style personally is, and then we'll translate it on pillows. We've done what else we done? Not only pillows, but we do earrings.
Okay. Is that some of them we got on right there?
Yeah, I
Okay.
got on right now.
My wife love earrings, so
Yes.
if she watching, I might have to cop some.
Stationery like thank you cards and postcards, things like that, but mostly hand painted work.
Okay.
And that's what we did for a while. We started that in 2008.
Okay.
So with that, running that part-time doing that and teaching and raising a family, it got to a point where the whole paint sip came about.
Okay.
And where people wanted to know how to do a thing. But that propelled us into teaching as a business.
Right.
So in teaching as a business, then that kind of led to how do we give back?
Right.
That kind of like that philanthropy side.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, that's where that conversation came about with starting a guild.
Wow.
Between Diane and I.
Okay.
Like, what does that look like? Not only that, but trying to find a community. Because at times we felt like we the only artists up in here of color, in certain venues, like finding ourselves to be the only one or two artists and feeling like I just want to kind of talk or have conversation on what's going on, what you doing, that
Right.
kind of stuff. So that was those kind of conversations too. But in that, being a teacher, being an artist, that's how it then propelled us into seeing where this
Yeah.
will lead.
That's awesome, because it just makes me think about the journey up until what we're talking about now. Just, the teaching the kids and stuff like that, and caring about showing them something different, and just the thread just keeps going into.
Now we into adults.
Right.
Definitely, now we into adults.
Yeah, that is so cool. That is so cool. So now we're on the Black Artist Guild. So can you explain like what's all involved with the Black Artist Guild? You know what I'm saying? Like what all do you do?
Well, with the Black Artist Guild, we are a space to invite Black artists and support Black artists to not only create a space but also offer resources
Right.
and opportunities. But our ultimate goal is to build a thriving community or thriving art community here in Akron and beyond.
Right.
Like I feel like we shouldn't limit ourselves to just Akron.
Right.
But it was a whole conversation about a lot of artists, especially artists of color, had to leave and find work to support themselves as artists. We still get the same old is a starving artist type of setup. And it's like, no, if you just know where to go, but you need someone to help you know where to go or don't mind showing you where to go. Don't mind you taking that information, sharing it.
Not gatekeeping.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, this how you do this. Just go here, here, here. And then whatever you take and do, you go ahead and make the world out of it.
Right.
You don't owe me anything. I'm not looking for anything. But I know in my heart that I was able to share, and and we keep it moving.
Yeah. So I would say for any artists out there, y'all better tap in to the Black Artist Guild, because the key word that I picked out of that was resources, right? Because there's a lot of artists or just people trying to do things and just don't have the guidance, right?
Or don't know where to start.
Don't know where to start, and looking for people that got a big heart or care enough to try to assist you without, like having a frown on their face. I said all that to get to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Or is you bother something.
Right.
Like, if I'm bothering you, well, never mind.
Right.
And I don't want anyone to feel like that.
Right.
Like, here, this is what we need to do. Let me know if I can be of more assistance.
Right.
But I think we pride ourselves also in being an intergenerational group.
Okay.
So it is very important to honor elders as well as the youth that come together and vibe off each other.
Right.
Not just a whole group of young and not just a whole group of elder.
Right.
But that we are intermingling and really taking away from whatever each one of us have to offer.
Right.
Because there is so much wealth and wisdom in that space.
Yeah.
So I think that is very important and key with the guild is making sure we involve every generation coming through and trying to say, as my son said when he was I'm an artist.
There it is.
So yeah.
That's it. That's all you gotta do. You say it, you it. That's it. Or they say put it on your business card, you it.
I'm an artist.
But yeah, so let me ask you about what are some resources that are out there for artists? Like you said, resources. I'm pretty sure there's probably other things, grants or whatever it may be. Like you all assist with
Yes.
those type of things, right?
We'll definitely do call for artists. A lot of people contact us for hopefully finding artists to answer their call, like different commissions and doing public art or different shows. I know as an artist, it is very important to get your work in different venues or different spaces. Like, you don't want to never just be in one space.
Right.
Nobody's gonna know.
Right. Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know. So you need a variety of places and things that you are doing as an artist. So helping you in that space, but then also how to craft a good artist statement.
Okay.
We are very much involved in trying to have artists lead artists in that. And that means with our studio, artist studio sessions. We're trying to make sure we have actual free classroom time to show you different things. So we just had a marketing 101 and different strategies with Tyron Hoiston.
Okay.
And he's very much into marketing, sharing industry standards, sharing different strategies. I mean, he talked about press releases. He talked about what people are actually looking at when it
Right.
comes to social media, different things that as an artist, you're doing all of it.
Okay.
So give you tips. But we're having a class coming up with Sharice Harris. And with that, she's helping you craft an artist statement. She's helping you craft your artist portfolio.
Right.
A lot of times, too, artists may have everything scattered around. You may not have marked it down, the dates and time, the dates you finished it.
Right.
Or it's improperly put somewhere. Like just different ways of how you keep your portfolio not only current, but archived correctly. Those type of things.
Right.
And then building, helping you build your resume. Just adding those type of things, different things that's happening.
Yeah. So
and to answer your email.
Right. So, I mean, I picked up, an artist statement, you know what I'm saying? Like how many artists out there, may not know that they need that, you know what I'm saying?
And many, you'd be surprised.
That don't know.
Or know how to craft an artist statement.
Right.
There is an art of writing certain documents. Not just to tell a story, but to make sure you have to the point information.
Right.
That people that are reading, they get it, they pull it out first time. They don't shuffle your work down to the bottom because they don't understand.
Right.
So
right.
There is an art to that.
There you go. Now you mentioned telling a story, right? So thinking about like storytelling, right? Is that like through art? Is that something that you all teach and teach the artists that what you're doing, you're really telling a story through your art, or how does storytelling play into art is basically what I'm trying to get to.
I mean, me personally, I think art should always tell a story.
There you go.
Even if it's just your personal story. How did you arrive at this?
Right.
Why are you creating this particular work? It don't necessarily have to be I was walking down the street and I saw something on the ground and then I decided to paint it and that's my story. But no, truly understanding how did you arrive at this? But then also those stories that you want people to start to have conversations. When we're trying to have conversations on differences or things that we know we're not going to agree on, but let's still have this conversation so I can understand that I'm not walking away mad, but I'm clear. Yeah. So art can be that vehicle for that. Also, art definitely archives history.
Yeah.
It's certain times you know what was going on in the world when you look at certain pieces of art.
Right.
And I think that's the beautiful thing, when you can look at work and say, I remember in this time, it could have been something very much they was marching on Washington.
Right.
Or the time that I was giving birth. Or
9/11.
Yeah, those different moments in life, art can be just that. That's the beauty of art. It can be that. To tell those type of stories.
Right.
However you want it to.
Yeah. So do you ever get people like, I just drew it. I just painted it. It just, I just felt like, you know what I mean? And do you like kind of guide them like, okay, let's think about it a little more? Or do you just,
if you want to say you just did it,
that's cool too.
Yeah, that's cool too. Like that's your story. You just did it. You just
this.
go in there and that's how you rocking it. Because sometimes it do come like that.
It do be that.
Sometimes it don't take all that. It's just I wanted to create something. I wanted to maybe let out frustration. I maybe wanted to just be in a quiet moment.
Yeah.
And just do it.
Yeah. I've never done that before, but don't they have like those you can go and just throw paint?
Yeah,
that seems kind of fun.
Actually, the Sheikah Street,
yeah,
Street Craftery, she has a splatter room.
It's called a splatter room.
A splatter room where you can just throw paint. So she's down on Main Street.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to the Sheikah for sure. All right, so I guess sticking on the stories, how can artists effectively share their stories? What would you say?
I would say be consistent.
Okay.
Sometimes jumping around with the story, if that makes sense, but just be consistent.
Okay.
In telling your story. if that's what you want to hold on in this moment, because your story does change. It's not like you should not have the same story 20 years ago.
Right.
You know, we make
Should
it
evolve.
look back to
Right,
say,
right.
you know, I remember when at this moment I was doing that. But I think just being consistent and being true to you. Being true to you, your story will definitely come out
Right.
in a way that people can genuinely understand
Right.
if they're looking to understand.
Right. So, how do you blend your personal stories into your art?
Can I say that one more time?
How do you blend your personal stories into your art?
Well, I know with my first solo exhibition
Okay.
that I had at East Ave Market and Gallery in November. The show was called Times and a Half a Time. And my premise was definitely life itself, where I'm at a point where I am able to look back on a few things
Right.
and see changes, especially changes with my kids, changes in relationships and different things. Even going back to the infamous 2020,
Right.
just different things change just culturally, just looking back. For me, that was a time to set up a moment. Well, what does that look like in color?
Yeah.
What does that look like in pure abstraction? And then in trying to evolve, it also took me into a place to what does that look like in film? That
Okay.
is not necessarily always have to be on canvas, but what does that look like on the screen?
Yeah.
So with that, I was able to take moments, even down to moments of washing dishes in between when the paint dries. I was able to capture those moments, or capture looking at paint drip from the canvas. Taking a morning walk before I go back in the studio to do the work, or running errands and just looking at nature and things like that, or sitting on the front porch in the summer while it's hot summer rain.
Yeah.
So thinking of things like that. And then I'd promised myself a few years back that I'm going to do pure abstraction.
Okay.
I'm not doing any figurative, no shade to figurative, because I do figurative work, but I want to say, why can I not, as a Black woman or an Black artist, can I just do abstract? Do I always have to do figurative in telling that story that I wanted to?
Okay.
So that was kind of the turn in that.
So how many pieces was in that?
It was 7 new pieces, and I had like 4 to 5 older pieces, and older pieces was anything after 2020.
Okay.
So it wasn't anything like too old.
Okay. But it fit in, and
Yes, it fit in because I
still
was
told the
starting to
story.
really move away from figurative work.
Okay.
A lot of it was either nature inspired, more abstract landscape, but then in my newer work, it was just straight abstract.
Okay.
So that's where I was really proud that I did what I said I was gonna do.
Right.
That I didn't mix the two, because even starting, I would do figurative, but it would still have those moments of abstract and a figurative work.
Okay.
But I did straight abstract.
Okay.
But I told that story, and then of course with film. So that
Yeah.
was,
So the film part of it, like, so you actually put out, is there
yes,
there's an actual documentary, or what would you want to call it?
It was like, I would say snippets.
Okay.
Like short, 2 minutes most, and then I did one time lapse of like the sun setting. And that was long, but it was long enough. But I was conceptually trying to think of like the film running alongside or in between the canvases.
Okay.
Like trying to, merge the two. So I'm still working on perfecting that because I know it's so much technology out
Yeah.
there and different ways to do it. So now I'm just studying
Okay.
to do it and do it in a way that I am pleased logistically when trying to merge film because I'm still gonna be a painter
There you go.
no matter what.
Right. So this is not out yet. Like people can't see it yet. It ain't.
I have uploaded some of the snippets.
Okay.
And it's fine. Like on our personal page, Art Only Boutique, I have uploaded.
Okay.
And also on our website.
Yeah.
But you know how some things are still a little
So we need to.
personable.
I got you. Yeah.
A little like I don't know. You know, like that. Are you ready for the critique?
Yeah. Hey, listen though. I'm interested in that. That sounds really cool. You know, people watching, listening. Hey, listen. I like that, and I'm looking forward to like seeing like a full film.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it sounds like I envision just no dialogue, like speaking parts, just.
And that's where it was starting to lead. You know how you have deadlines at this point.
Okay.
You know, so it was. If you do look at some of them, it's like, oh, okay, because definitely told a story without saying words.
There you go. That's exactly.
Without saying words, it was telling us.
Yeah. So I know you spoke about things that inspired that collection, right? So what usually inspires your creative process, like on a day to day? Like, what is it that really inspires you?
I think truly I can say I'm very much a visual person.
Mm-hmm.
So my process is more so being able to just be quiet, in my spaces, kind of think on things, whether it's thinking on the next or what I could do better, or just trying to get it out. So sometimes if you don't have a reason, it's okay.
Right.
Just
You're
do it.
right.
Because if you depend on emotions all the time, you will not get no work done.
Right.
So sometimes you just got to get at it. So that is also my process, to just attack it and let it form itself versus having an agenda all the time.
Yeah.
So sometimes, but then that, to me, that speaks to just life.
Mm-hmm.
You have ups and downs of different things. So nothing is ever strategic.
Okay.
It's just you take on what you see and do. It may be a beautiful flower.
Right.
So you're like, oh, okay, yeah. Of the all-inspiring of the work of God, like
whatever hits you in the moment.
Like, that's what's up. Because I am fascinated with clouds.
Right.
But that's clouds is hard.
Clouds is hard, y'all.
Yeah, clouds is hard to paint. So, just looking at that sometimes is part of the process.
Right.
But I think more so just attacking it.
There you go. Just do it. Just do it. All right. What challenges have you faced as an artist and leader?
I would say outside people trusting the process.
Okay.
Because sometimes, we all have our people. We all have what we do, and it works. So to add on anything else, or add on people, or add on more agendas, sometimes it's I don't know yet. I'm not sure.
Right.
So I think that's a challenge, especially I'll say with the guild, just building that line of trust, because there's always initiatives. We gonna do this.
Right.
We working on this. We want to be better, which is great.
Yeah.
But are we gonna be there when the lights are off? Are we gonna be there if it's never any more money? Are you still gonna encourage? Are you still gonna help? You gonna be there?
Right.
You still gonna share? Regardless, are you here? Like, is we in it or what? Right. So I think that's the challenge there. But as an artist, um, I have the freedom. I appreciate my freedom, so I don't really feel I have a challenge per se.
Okay.
Yes, I want to be in more spaces
Right.
outside of my direct spaces. I definitely would like to travel more, those type of things. But I don't see myself, if I'm in the way, Lord, get me out my way.
Right.
But
Yeah. So with that being said, you are on Quit for What, right?
yeah.
You know that, right? So during those challenges or any time throughout this journey of yours, have you ever thought about giving up?
You want me to give you the teacher heart moment, or you want me to give you the raw dog moment?
I want the raw dog. We need this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Have thought about like, what? This is a lot,
Right.
To say, oh, I can do my own thing. Like, I don't need none of this, And
Yeah.
when I say none of this, the gravity of getting people to understand that we are here to help.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
Right.
That's it. Like, Dara and Diane still gonna do art regardless.
Yeah.
Even if it's never nothing else after that, we still will create. I'm still gonna do that. But as you say, quit for what?
That's it.
If you quit, what? Quit for what?
Quit for what?
Why?
Right.
And I guess until God say it's time, well, quit for what?
Yeah.
That's all.
And I would say too, your passion for art and all this, right? Teaching, your passion for teaching, if you stop doing those things, like you could literally, get sick, not feel well, right? And that happened to me at one point, right? So, I'm just throwing this out there, like anybody who has a passion for something, like you just got to keep going regardless of if the money is flowing in or whatever it is. That's how you really get to see if somebody really passionate about something. When, like you said, the lights get turned off,
Hey, what we doing?
what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Listen, the lights
Got
go
some
out in here.
candles back
That's
here.
what I'm about to say. The lights go out in here. We gonna light some candles. You know what I mean? There's been times where my stream done went down. Hop on my phone. Still got the, you know what I mean?
Right.
My cellular connection. But yeah, so just got to keep going, And with that, like what motivates you to really keep going?
I would say the Lord Jesus Christ of
Okay.
Nazareth. Be
Okay.
clear.
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I'm trying not to be all
You good. You good.
but I truly, honestly believe my gift is from Him,
Yeah.
from God, in such a way that I'm able to share it, I'm able to enjoy it, I'm able to be free in it,
Yeah.
and to know however He wants me to use that gift, whether it's teaching, whether it's encouraging, do that.
Yeah.
I want Him to say at the end, good job, good and faithful servant. But definitely, I can do nothing without God.
I know that's right.
Nothing. He is everything and all that I need. I can do nothing. So, yes, getting quiet, even cutting all the noise down at times. Like, okay, God, what would you want me to do? And He has not told me to quit, to shut it down.
Right.
This not it. So just keep it moving.
That's
and
it.
just do that and just be obedient. Trying to be obedient, not to think highly of myself at all. Stay in a place that let God use you how He wants you, and put you in those places where you can be the encouraging word. You can pray for people in those moments, even the people that you may not agree with. with, I can still pray for you.
There you go.
And I can and model it, not just talk it, but walk it out. So yeah, I get tested all the time. Like, are you doing what you're supposed to? Yeah,
Right.
tested all the time.
That's
but
it.
I don't believe I would be here without them.
I know that's right. So look, I'm gonna touch on this real quick. Me speaking about, having a passion and actually literally getting sick because I couldn't do it, right? So I didn't have a creative outlet because I was just working, some job and this, that, and the other. And I remember talking to my mom at a moment, and I said, I have to have a creative outlet, and it hit me. I said, God is a creator, like He creates. So that's like that creative thing is in me, and I cannot not do it. So He created, and He creates, and so we create as well.
Exactly. And I will second that. There'll be times if I'm not doing something creative or working, I am very hard to get along with.
See?
Very hard to get along with.
Yeah.
I mean, in its simplest form, if I'm not focused in doing it. I mean, not to say you in studio 8 hours a day, but to do something
Right.
in that space.
That's
yes.
Your happy place.
And you're happy.
That's what's up. So what's next for your art?
Well, currently I'm working with the Akron Parks Collaborative. They are like the city parks, like your neighborhood parks. They are reconstructing Morgan Park over on the south side.
Okay.
It used to be Thornton Park. So the project was listening to the elders talk about Thornton Park back in the day. And Thornton Park was located where the post office is on Wolf Ledges.
Okay.
So it's like, they said, well, what could we do? They had to knock it down or whatever. But they have a space, it's actually on Morgan, the new park. And they were able to get funding to resurface the space, put a playground in, clean up the space with the neighborhood. But alongside that, they wanted to do a mural.
Okay.
And with the suggestion from Jocelyn Grant, she gave them my name and we had a conversation. So I was to listen to the elders, but also listen to the kids.
Right.
And it's a group called the Rich Kids that are under the South Street Ministries over on the south side. And I went in, talked to them about creative placemaking. What does that look like? How do you celebrate it with your family? What would you like to see on the mural? And I've heard a lot of good things about the Rich Kids. Like they've been painting and doing murals all over town, especially with her name is Leo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So doing all, and she's a art teacher as well.
Okay.
So with that, even today, I just left from there, paint all on my hands and all that. So we have a 3-day run to paint, but collectively pulled all their ideas together and then also conversations with the elders. And I created a mural out of that. So it's a front and back mural. It'll be 8 feet long, like 4 feet height. It will be like a walk around erected mural for Morgan Park. And so that will be done and celebrated July 13th. So that's what I'm doing personally. So I've been doing some commission work and more public art in that space. As far as Art Only Boutique, with my partner Diane, we are doing the BE Festival. May 25th, that Saturday. So we'll be there all day, having a good time. There's a lot of stuff going on at the festival, and they had we was there last year and it was very good. So this will be our second year going, having a table there.
Right. So. Cool. So what's next for the Black Artist Guild?
Well, we are we'll have our third run of Outline in Black, which will be in October. We're looking to do more storytelling.
Okay.
More film work in that regard. We're also looking to increase our teaching artists
Okay.
in our artist studio classes. And then just having a space for members to come together, outfacing or inward, just having that space to help artists navigate
Yeah.
through these spaces and get their work out there.
There you
Show
go.
their work.
There you go. All right. Charlie said mix. I don't know what she meant by that, but
Mix.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Elaborate, Charlie.
Well, maybe also even with our studio art classes, our artist studio, I'm sorry. It is involving all artists. It's not necessarily for just Black artists.
Right.
For all artists.
That's all. Okay.
So, yes, we have a space for Black artists and making sure they know you have a home base.
There you
can
go.
go all across the world. But you can come here and be like, hey, what's up, y'all?
That's it.
What y'all doing?
Be right at home.
Be at home. That space. But then also we want a thriving community. So a thriving community, you have to have those bridges and you have to go in all spaces and bring people together and bring them to a place where we can collaborate. We can work. We can do our thing. And you still can be who you are.
That's
You
it.
don't have to mold and shape and do all those things.
Okay. They said art mixer. That's what.
And
Okay.
an art mixer.
They got
We gonna be here.
Okay. Oh, here you said.
We want to be here
Let's go.
at the next art mixer.
Okay.
In June. So
Okay.
I was supposed. Oh, that was my assignment.
That was your assignment.
I was supposed to talk to Ramon. Talk to him about having our next mixer here.
Okay, we gonna definitely.
Yeah,
we gonna definitely chop it
my
up.
bad. I'm sorry. Yes, our
It's
next
all
mixer
good.
is in June.
Okay, so he said, is it Miss Diana has a show here? I'm gonna
Yes.
pull it across here as you can see here. Has a show on May 11th at East Ave Market.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, my partner with Art Only Boutique, which is also my mother.
Yeah.
For those that don't know.
Right.
She's having her first solo show. Solely Me at East Ave Market and Gallery. And it's this weekend.
Okay.
Saturday from 12 to 5. Well, 12 to 6. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely all about if you want that experience and you want to bring your mother, you want to bring your lady, your wife.
Yeah.
It's definitely a show that evokes the beauty of a woman.
Okay.
So I would definitely check it out. She is brilliant to me.
Oh, for sure.
Her work, just how she represents us as women, is beautiful. So it's a beautiful show.
I love it. So, last thing I want to know if you can just give any tips to any artist that's out there that are looking to get exposure, right? Just any tips in general for anyone
I would
out
say the number one tip, especially when you're looking to get exposure, answer your phone, your email, not an email 10 days later.
Right.
But you gotta be on the get up and go.
There
You
you
gotta
go.
be quick on it.
Right.
Like a lot of opportunities happen in time spans. Is not no one's waiting on you.
Right.
You have to get up and do it. And it's not a feeling. It's work. Like if you're trying to work this as a professional artist full time, you gotta be ready all the time. This is not faint for the what you say?
The faint of heart, is that what it is?
Faint of heart.
Something like
You
that.
got to be on it.
Right. Yeah.
Answer the email. Answer the phone. Get back immediately if you are not ready to pick it up.
Yeah.
Get back immediately. Follow up. I think that's number one.
There you go.
And then be true to you.
There you go.
Don't do Pinterest art. Don't do it because you looked it up, and learn the craft.
Right.
Learn the techniques. Study. You don't have to necessarily. If you don't have a university degree, so what? That don't matter.
Mhm.
But still learn it.
Yeah.
Learn it however you feel like you can learn it. Learn the craft. Don't be a novelist, because
Right.
that fades. But learn the craft. Learn what you're interested in. Take it all away. Figure it out. Study it.
There you go.
And then do it.
That's it.
Study it. That means you got to be working on it.
There you go. That's what's up. What's the letter again? You said they got to have a letter or something like that ready. The artist, we was talking about.
Artist statement?
Artist statement. See, I said letter. See, I'm not an artist. I don't know. I said letter. Just a statement.
Artist statement. What is this about?
Let's go. And they can find out how.
Yes, they can find out with our studio art class. I mean, artist studio.
There you
They will
go.
give them principles
Yeah.
to go by and walk through, and then go from there.
That's it.
And you always change. You know, your work is changing, so
Yeah.
the artist statement would change. But you still have something clear and concise, to the point, and because every grant asking for it, every exhibitor or exhibition they're asking for an artist
Right.
statement, and every commission or artist call they're asking for an artist statement. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
You can't just say one line because I'm an artist.
Because.
you got to explain why.
Right. Cool.
We're here to help you.
That's it. That's it. So the Black Artist Guild, how can they get in touch with you?
They
there?
can go to abaguild.org. We do have a free directory. They can sign up. They can upload some of their work. Also a profile picture. They can share all their social media.
Okay.
People do visit our website to find artists in specific areas. So if they're looking for a photographer, if they're looking for performing artists, people do check out our website.
Wow.
And then our email address is info@abaguild.org. But definitely I would say check out the website. We have resources and stuff on the website. And then it's different things you can sign up for.
There it is. There it is. All right, y'all. Y'all got this information now. You better get up, get out, and get something. That's what you made me think about when you said
Hey, don't go there. Because if you don't move your feet, then we don't eat.
I know that's right. Well, Dara, this was awesome. I thank you so much for being on Quit for What.
having me.
And everybody who joined us, I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation. All right. And anything else you want to say before we sign off? Are you good?
I appreciate everybody that support the Guild, support Art Only Boutique, support us,
There it is.
support Quit for What,
There it
everything. I appreciate it.
That's
We
it.
working.
We working.
We working.
That's it, y'all. So again, thank y'all so much. And I'm going to leave y'all with what I always leave y'all with. And that is to do what you got to do to make it happen. Don't give up. Quit for what? Until next time. Peace.